the audience we got here.
He knows what day it is.
Yeah, jerky day.
It's where the magic happens.
All right, that's the hole right there. Oh, it smells so good. Welcome to Shaun's Kitchen. Dakota and I today are gonna make one of Brooklyn's favorite snacks. It is
Jerky.
beef jerky.
First things first, ingredients.
This is the roast we use. It's USDA choice. We get it at Costco. It's about $4.50 a pound. And if you look at it, it's marbled, perfect for making jerky. This is the Montreal seasoning we put on.
Now, normally this recipe only calls for black pepper, which we do have right here. But I've been using this Montreal steak.
So good.
It's so much better. It's got a little bit of garlic and a couple other like onion powder. Just makes the jerky really pop. For our brine, we're gonna need water, Worcestershire.
It's so hard to say. I don't know how to say it. I always say Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce.
Good old soy.
Soy. This stuff right here is the magical
Is this
stuff.
the secret?
Well, yeah, I mean.
Should we show them?
Yeah, go ahead and show them. It's fine, it's fine.
It's a hickory liquid smoke.
Liquid smoke. Okay, we're not actually smoking the jerky, but we are drying it, so this puts the smoke flavor into the meat. And then we also need
Good old salt.
Good old salt. That helps preserve the meat.
First thing I do is we cut off all this fat. We don't want the fat on the jerky. And then once I trim the fat off, we're gonna put it in the freezer for about an hour. That way when we slice it, it doesn't like bunch up. It slices very
it slices
smooth.
very smoothly on our meat slicer over here.
I like to pull it and it comes off easy.
Look at the audience we got here.
He knows what day it is.
Yeah, jerky day. We're gonna take our first tray just to get it to solidify a little. Oh, it's heavy. And just stick it in here. I don't know, maybe 30, 40 minutes max. Okay, so we're gonna mix our brine in a 5-gallon bucket. The first thing we're gonna start with is our Worcestershire sauce. And you need 1 cup, all right? Throw that in there. Then of our liquid smoke, hickory flavored, we need a 1/2 cup. And then of our soy sauce, we need 2 cups, all right? 8 teaspoons of our salt. Now this is coarse, so I'm actually gonna dissolve it in water first. So we'll go ahead and add our water and we'll add salt secondarily. So first, here's 4 cups, but we need 8 cups. So we're gonna do this twice. Here, we need our second 4 cups of water, but I've only put 3 in here because over on the stove, I put 1 cup of water that we're gonna use to dissolve our salt. So go ahead and put this, so this will be 7 cups. I'm gonna dissolve those 8 teaspoons of salt in water. Here's our 1 cup of water with the 8 teaspoons of salt. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it in here. And we just mix it up. So this amount of brine will be good for 8 pounds of meat. That is heavy. I'm not kidding.
That's like 60 pounds of meat.
So he's going to slice it in half so that it fits on the tray of the slicer.
Just like that.
Just like this. The reason why we stick it this way, you see the grain of the meat here? If you do it lengthwise, it's long strands, and if you do it this way, you can see where it's gonna be a whole lot easier when you're eating the jerky to tear it. So we have to slice it against the grain of the meat. We've set the blade at about a 1/4 inch, a little under, and we're just gonna slice the meat. And as the meat gets further down, we use our guard there so your hands are protected. And always know that the meat will usually reduce itself in volume by about 50% when it's dry. So that helps you kind of know how you want to cut your pieces. So for this piece, I would literally just do this. Like that, see? And then it just goes into the brine.
Sweet, now we have all that to do. We are finally have made a big dent. We're almost done. Then we let it rest.
Yeah, we'll
right?
sit it outside because it's cold outside.
Yep.
So that it can brine overnight. The jerky's been brining overnight in these 3 buckets. This is the first one we did.
So good.
Second one, third one. And we're gonna go ahead and start lining them in trays. Over here we have
The
my
magic
food
mill.
dehydrator. I leave it out here where my grill is.
It's where the magic happens.
Yeah, it's called a Magic Mill. It is a 10 tray dehydrator in here. You can tell I've been using it a ton. I use it to apple pie bites and jerky. If you guys want us to show you how to make our apple pie rings, then go ahead and comment that down below.
Yeah, because it's so good too.
It's pretty good. The ideal drying temperature is 140 degrees. Except for the first hour and a half to 2 hours, you want to bring the meat temperature up to 160. That kills any bacteria in the meat. It's almost like you're kind of pre-cooking it a little bit, and then you dry it the rest of the way. So that's what we'll do. We're gonna drain as much of this juice out as we can. Here, I'll help you. You can see our jerky meat in there.
Yum.
Looks pretty good, smells good, huh?
Babe, you wanna come eat one of these raw?
You take the strips of the marinated beef and you just lay them on, and you do not want the edges to touch. You want it to be able to breathe. Lay as many on there as you can get.
Yeah, it's a lot of jerky.
I only do a light skiff of pepper because this also includes pepper, but most people like black pepper jerky. So we just lightly dust.
So do you rotate them or
I'll
just?
show you, there's a trick to it. My mother-in-law, she saved me a lot of time. She's like, why don't you do it this way? And she showed me, and I'm like, wow. Put it on just like this. And then you go like this, bloop. See how easy that is? Thank you, mother-in-law. Do the same thing to this side. You can season it however you want, whatever you prefer.
Got an armload.
Yep, we got a load.
Look at that.
That's a good 60 pounds of meat.
And these have still yet to be seasoned, so he's got 2 more buckets left.
It's at 167, so I leave it in there for an hour to 2 hours to heat the meat up to kill all the bacteria, and then drop it to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And now we just put them in the trays, slide them in. We're gonna be doing this probably 6 times this food
Oh, wow.
to get all of the 70 pounds of meat. And Brooklyn will eat it all in 1 month. All right, go check him, Dakota. How's it smell?
That smells so
Been in
good.
there almost 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Smell good?
No.
See, they're still a little before
Wow.
we can flip them. But I still got it at 160 after 3 hours. I'm gonna leave it in a little bit longer, probably another hour, so 4 hours, and then we'll flip it to 140.
It smells so good. I wish you could smell it through the phone.
Scratch and sniff, scratch and
Yeah,
sniff.
I know. It's so good.
It's so good. It's been about halfway through, so now we're gonna flip the jerky. And if you want to take a look here, you can see they're starting to darken up.
Yeah.
And they're gonna stick a little, and that's natural, that's fine. I don't use like cooking spray because cooking spray again is an oil, and oil can spoil.
Since Shaun and I are doing the jerky, we figured we would eat the first piece.
First piece, there you go. Okay. Good.
Fresh, warm, some good jerky.
It's been about 7 hours. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. I sent Dakota home because, you know, Dakota needs his beauty sleep. Anyway, I'm gonna go, even though I normally need this for 8 to 12 hours, any of the thinner strips will be done sooner, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull those out. Can you see that? That's a pretty thin piece. This piece is done, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that in there. So I pulled the thin pieces out of there. It wasn't too many. The others are a little bit thick, so I'm gonna need to go the full 8, maybe 10, maybe even 12 hours for the thicker ones. I'll show you as I get up every 2 hours what I pull off. Okay, I took about a 2-hour nap. It's now 3 in the morning. I'm gonna pull off the rest of them that are done. So you can see that little haul that I pulled off there, it's a good little amount of jerky. Now I got another 2 hours to go. Hey, good morning. It's about 6 a.m. Outside, I'm gonna pull out the rest of these. All right, that's the haul right there. Oh, it smells so good. Brooklyn, here, try a little piece.
Ooh.
It's fresh off. It's not super dry, so you can still. How's it taste? I think she's got a little audience here.
Do I share with my audience?
I don't know. So good.
Yeah.
There you go on.
Oh yeah.
All right. Good stuff, huh?
You can't stop eating it once you start, you know what I mean?
Dakota, how did you feel like our drying experience was?
Actually, they are perfect.
No.
Jerky turned out
Turned
great.
out pretty good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect moisture. So.
Now, I probably did 3 times this amount, but I've already given, 6-gallon bags away to the kids and the husbands. That's a lot of jerky, and this is what I have left. It's a labor of love. It takes a lot of effort, as you can tell watching the video,
Yep.
but it is good.
A lot of work, but.
Brooklyn,
good
it's
jerky.
like, Brooklyn wants this all the time. It's the one thing she asks me to make her all the time. So
Good
if you
jerky.
like this video and you want to see other videos, I can also dry, what are they called? Apple pie bites. Those are really good. I do strawberries. We've even done watermelon, dried watermelon. It's like cotton candy taffy. So if you want to see other videos like that, just be sure to let us know down below. Don't forget to like. What else? comment,
comment,
and
subscribe.
subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for watching. See ya.